Hey, what's happening, guys? Good morning. Thank you for tuning into Rules for Rebels. Today we're talking Amazon merch. And the title of today's video is Amazon merch declined my invitation. Now what? So this is something I've been seeing a lot lately on Reddit, on Facebook groups. I've been hearing from a lot of you guys. I actually wanted to make this video in front of the computer. Somebody who's kind of a member of the Rules for Rebels community here had reached out to me, and they said, I just got my email from Amazon saying I've been declined. They're not going to bring me into the program. I spent like months putting together a website portfolio of all my t-shirt designs. They had an e-commerce shop set up selling their designs. And so here's somebody who's actually a talented designer who actually makes real designs, who has a website to promote it. And he put all that on his application and he gets declined. Yet at the same time, like if you go over to a Reddit forum like r/merch by Amazon, you see a lot of people, hey, rate my design, hey, how's this design? And like people are using trademark stuff, people are making like trademarked FIFA shirts. A lot of people, when they ask you to rate their design, if you look, they don't know how to do the clear background, so they got a big white box with their design inside of it, like just really terrible stuff. And so it doesn't really make a lot of sense, like why some graphic designers are not being brought on, yet some people who don't have a clue what they're doing and are abusing trademarks are being brought on. I'm hearing a lot of variance in terms of like what's being asked when you apply. So way back when I applied in like 2015, 2016, back then they asked you for like your name, your email, and I think they may have said put a link to like a website or a social media account. And back then I always thought it was good to put a website or a social media account on. It kind of shows you have some online presence, you have some way to be able to drive sales to them, maybe they can see a few of your design samples, etc. Then fast forward to recently, I've been hearing a lot of people say that the application has gotten a little bit more detailed. They're asking you for your name, your address, or your name, your email, a link to like a portfolio or some samples of your work. I've even heard some people say there's like questionnaires about what type of designs you plan to make, how you plan to promote your shirts, etc. So, I'm hearing some people who are like literally just being asked for their name, and other people are submitting samples of their work and, doing all this other stuff. And you're seeing some people who are graphic designers getting declined, and some people who don't have a clue what they're doing and are abusing trademark stuff getting brought on. So there's not a whole lot of rhyme or reason to who's being brought on. If any of you guys have applied recently, let me know. Drop a comment down below. Let me know what the application process is actually looking like. Like, is it just name and email and a website, or are they asking for more stuff? As far as like you've been declined, what do you do now? Now, one of the first reasons you might be declined, one thing I see a lot is, let's say a husband and wife, boyfriend and girlfriend live together, and they both want to have an Amazon merch account. I'm pretty sure there's a rule, one account per household. So if you guys both want to have an account, you would need to have different IP addresses. If you're using the same computer, you guys would need to set up a different user profile or account on the computer, because they can even tell down to like the BIOS if you're using the same computer, different bank accounts, different addresses. If they ask for your address for the tax information, like everything needs to be different. So if you got declined and somebody in your household, brother, sister, boyfriend, girlfriend, already has a merch account, that's probably reason number two. Now, if obviously Amazon is being flooded with applications, we saw the wait time was over a year, and more recently I'm hearing people getting on in 3 days, 4 days, 7 days, 2 weeks. So Amazon has a lot of applications to process in a short period of time. So it's not like they're really looking in depth at every account that comes in. So there is going to be some variance in terms of, there's probably going to be some terrible guy who gets on and some amazing designer who doesn't get on. But if you're declined invitation to Amazon merch, the way I see it, you basically have three options. So option number one, and supposedly there's a rule that if you're declined, you can never apply again. That seems pretty strict to me. You'd think like maybe 6 months or a year, but they say never again. So if you've been declined, the way I see it, you got three options. Option number one, there's right on merch.amazon.com on the homepage, I believe it's at the bottom right, there's a contact email for the Amazon merch team. You could reach out to them and just be persistent and reach out to them once a week for a month, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, however long it takes. Kiss some butt, tell them how awesome you think Amazon is, how awesome you think the Amazon merch program is, how much you want to be a part of it, how well you think you're going to do, how you're going to drive sales. And if you're persistent and keep pestering them, I have a feeling you will get on. It's amazing. What do they say? The squeakiest wheel gets the oil, or whatever. It's amazing what can get done if you pester people. I've gotten money released from Amazon. I've gotten banned Amazon accounts back. I would reach out to that. I don't know how effective reaching out to executive services is, but with eBay and Amazon and things like that, I often know if you actually write a letter and send it to the corporate office, to the CEO, the CFO, the chief technology officer, the executive team. If you start sending physical letters, that kind of, anybody can type up an email and bitch and moan and complain and hit send. Not very many people are going to write a handwritten letter, actually pop a stamp on it, send it in the mail. So that's going to kind of separate you from other people. It's almost kind of a litmus test of, wow, this guy's not going to give up. He really wants this. So I don't know if it'll work or not, but you could start emailing them, start sending letters to executive offices. Keep your fingers crossed. Hopefully you get on. Your other option number 2, you just give up on Amazon merch, right? You can still sell t-shirts on Amazon, just not through the merch program. So what you would need to do is use a site like Printful or Printify. You would make your shirts on there. You would go buy UPC codes from something like Nationwide UPC or upccode.net. And the same way you would sell on Amazon normally, you would put up a listing on Amazon, and when that listing sells, you have Printify or Printful send that t-shirt to your customer. So you can still sell on Amazon. Obviously, it's an extra step. It's a little bit more work. It's going to cost you a listing fee, or you're going to have to pay $39.95 a month for the Amazon professional seller account. You're going to have to buy UPC codes, which are like $1 a piece. So not as great having to go through those extra steps and pay some money as it is just being able to slap a t-shirt up on Amazon merch. But that is one workaround. You could use Printful or Printify or Custom Cat or whatever to do Etsy orders. If you run Etsy PPC, you can actually make some good money on Etsy. More recently, I've had some luck with Redbubble, and you got Teespring and Spreadshirt and all the other things. So not as good as Amazon merch, but at least it's another option. And then option number 3, I don't know if I'd recommend this, but the other thing you could do is reapply. Now, technically, you're not allowed to reapply. So if you did want to reapply, what you would need to do, you would need a new IP address. So either you go apply from the library, you get a VPN, what's the word? I forget the word for that. You connect your phone to your computer and then use the Wi-Fi from your phone so that you're not on your home IP address, if that's the IP address that you got declined on. Keep in mind, you'll also need like a new physical address if they have any record of a physical address for you. You'll need a new bank account if you've ever submitted bank details to Amazon. So it is some hoops to jump through. That's what would be referred to as a quote-unquote stealth account. Keep in mind, you go through all those steps. There's still no guarantee that Amazon is going to accept you the second time around. And potentially, if they ever discover that you did that, or if you ever accidentally log on to that same account from an old IP address that you got declined by, potentially that account could get shut down and all your work goes down the drain. So the way I see it, that's kind of the 3 options you have. I think the best option would probably be moving on to other platforms, all the while during that process continuing to reach out to Amazon and, hey guys, Amazon's awesome. I really want to be a part of this program. I have a lot of amazing designs. I think I could do really well. I love you guys. Please let me on. And after some persistence, you may wind up getting on. I think that's probably the best course of action. It sucks, guys. There doesn't seem to be a whole lot of rhyme or reason to who's getting on and who's not. It's unfortunate that some people who are on are complaining about Amazon merch, are putting up trademark stuff, aren't putting effort into it. All the while, you have all these people over here who would kill to be on the program who can't get on. But it is what it is. The people who are doing trademark stuff are eventually going to get knocked off and go away, probably sooner rather than later. And hopefully that opens up more spots for the legitimate sellers who are really serious about this and really want to kind of try to make some money and get something started. So that's my video. I'm curious to hear from you guys. It's been 2-3 years since I applied and got on the program, so I'm a little bit out of the loop in terms of what they asked. I did go on Amazon.com and click sign up because I was kind of curious to see if they'd show me what the process was like. But without like putting in an email and actually starting the whole process, I couldn't really see much. So let me know what your guys' experience has been. Those of you who have been declined or gotten on recently, like what did they ask you for? That's really all I got for you guys today. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button below, and I'll catch you guys on the next video.